how did you get your first customer? What was that process like?
Yeah, so for us, to be very tactical, we had a product and we built a landing page and we showed the product and highlighted the problem and people could sign up for the beta. And the way we acquired honestly the first probably like 300 customers was through content. So I was writing. I was writing things like the future of email or whatever, something about communication, because at the time Slack was really taking off, and so I was thinking about synchronous versus asynchronous communication, and so content. And then we went into YC. I was writing about my journey in YC. And like, content was the way we drove people to this landing page, and then we just granted them access to the product very early on. And honestly, like out of the first, I think at a point I remember seeing that 3,000 companies had signed up to our beta, and probably 3 companies ended up using the product, so like such a bad ratio. But it is because very early on we let them in the product. Like it was literally an email product where you couldn't add attachments. So it's like, you know, quite ballsy to have people use this, but like they were able to share feedback like very quickly that allowed us to iterate very quickly, that allowed us to make sure we were building something people wanted. And so content was the main way, and then we had to diversify away from just content, but it's been the best, like it's been the #1 channel for acquisition in the early days. So people would use our product. It was free for some time. And then I remember my co-founder implemented Stripe, and even without telling the people that were using it that like the billing system was implemented, you could still go in the settings and pay, and someone paid. And so it was like, oh, great. I mean, that's how we got our first customer. And I reached out and they were just like, yeah, we were scared of not being able to use the product anymore, so we paid.
Amazing. During that time, like, how did you think about sort of selling front to consumers versus businesses? Because there's probably almost like a consumer to business sort of transformation, like someone tries it on their own and then realizes this is actually a great shared team inbox.
Yeah, the truth is we're a team product, and so you really get value when more than one person is using the product.
Yeah.
So I feel like, if anything, that has always been the greatest challenge of Front, is like, I wish, you know, someone could use the product and see a ton of value, but it's like literally a multiplayer thing. So we've always been focused on team, like acquisition of teams.